Hello and welcome to the next video. I'm just going to talk about the system I go to, which is Lytham Sixth Form, which if you live in Lytham St Tons and Blackpool, it's on Church Road basically. It's a new building there. What was last year? It was 2 years ago. 2 years ago it was made. The new one is obviously up on near Squires Gate, yeah, Blackpool one. But I go to Lytham Sixth Form and I do general engineering, which if you don't know what you want to do in engineering because you go to Blackpool College, then Lytham Sixth Form offer a general engineering course, which is what I do. All the stuff you basically do, but I did the second year's thing, but I did electronics, I did hydraulics, I did PLCs, which is program logical controllers, which is what you use in factories. I did a project, which I've got down here, I'll show you stuff, and I did some other things, and I did go to Brisbane, I did do some stuff there, which I've got folded roughly, I think. So yes, so I'll just show you some of the stuff. So the first thing I did was actually do this. This is a HHO generator, and I produced a file containing all the stuff for it. I'm not going to just show you, but this is produced renewable energy source, and I researched this for a year in sixth form. It was one of the units you do, and you basically can produce something. I produced a HHO generator, a small one. I think inside, oh god, it's tight. It's got the cables and all sorts in, and tubing and all that, so it's all contained. And I want to make it renewable, which is why it's made of old pot. It's got screws. That's the one-way filter, battery terminal, just 9-volt one. So yeah, and I produce about probably a 30-page report in it. Obviously I then did some other stuff. That was some PLC work I did. I'm not going to show it all because it's just a bit. That's some PLC work I did, which basically shows the symbols and some hydraulic work. Somewhere I've got some other work. Let me just grab it. Give me 2 seconds and I'll just go and grab it. So I've got some more stuff here. We do drawings. That's one of them. That's a diode one where it will back up, and I think that's a voltage drop one, I think, with a magnet. It's got a special name, I think. It's definitely got a special name. I can't remember what it's called. It's so long ago that I did that. And obviously that's what we sometimes do. And for assignments we get this sort of thing. So we get sheets and we fill it in. This wasn't actually assignment, but this is task I was given that fed into assignment. And just to prove that we do use machinery in all this. This is stuff that I actually use. This is actually an oscilloscope that we use for electronics. Part of it, which was Unit 35 and Unit 64 and Unit 53, and that's the circuit I built, and that's the function generator, which is something that supplies a frequency. This course, like I said, is more general. It is office based. You do sit at a desk most of the time, but you do other things, such as you do additional Richmond things, which is work experience on top of the things that on there, such as football, charity work, politics, science, or additional things that are needed. I did my work experience at a garage, somebody else did it at an airport, somebody else did it with construction. All sorts of things. You can almost do any engineering area within reason, but it's not that bad. I think next year's units are drawings, which is going to be quite fun because we get to use a bit of the CAD and make probably something. I think it's aerodynamics. I could be wrong with that one. I think there's engines, and again, all these, I might be wrong, they might change. I think there might be some electronics in it as well, and some maths, but there's not many stuff to it. Obviously I did second year's units, which are there's loads of them, but I'm going to be going back to the first years because there was a shortage of people from my year group going into the general engineering at 11th sixth form, so they're joining years together. So if you're watching this and you want to do engineering and you don't know what to do with engineering, do this course and you'll basically see me. The facilities, you have a Starbucks, you have a canteen which serve okay stuff. I think I've never actually had it, but people have said it's very, very good. It's sort of down to a student cost. There's a really big library, loads of computers, loads of books. The library staff are quite helpful. They're quite friendly as well to students. Obviously, whilst you're going around sixth form, you have your badge, which I won't show because it's ID and I might get into trouble for it. You have your own code for your computer. All the work is done on the computer, set from drawings and all that, which you can draw down, but you have to scan them in. But there's no paper, there's nothing like this. It's all computerized. There's no like handing a bit of paper into like in Botfile College, which I have a friend that goes there and he's chucked down with paper. It's all done in a computerized system, so it's quite good in that respect. There's something else you might want to consider is if you don't really know what to do in engineering, which at Botfile College you have the aeronautical, mechanics sort of things, electronics, the machinery sort of stuff. It's really, really complicated, and whilst I was choosing, I was really complicated by the Botfile College system. And so by doing this general engineering, you're getting a field of all the areas of engineering, not just that area. You get a much more wider area of engineering. And then you can go on, you can then pick the one that you prefer to do, so it's not that bad. We do go to Brisbane, I think, quite regularly. It depends on the workload as well, because everything has to be uploaded online, and if you don't upload in time, it delays everybody going to Brisbane and all sorts. So yeah, that's happening. I think the units for next year, I could be wrong. I think there's some drawing in it. I think there's a bit of aerodynamics, a bit of engine work. There'll be electronics in it because the tutor that runs it, Per Boardman, if he's still on there, is an electrician. He's trained as more of an electrician sort of thing. So it's not, I don't think it's too bad in units. The college is very, very small, so you're quite in a small group. It's quite flexible in some respects in some of the hours, but it's not too bad. You'll be surprised at maybe how good at the start it is. So yeah, I hope if you're watching this and you are interested in engineering, I hope you actually join in sixth form. Which if you live in St Anne's is quite a blessing actually, in fact, because it's not too bad. I've gone to Botfile College and it's quite a big campus and it's scary, and obviously when you have the bus trip in the mornings when it's dark and cold, it's not the best, whereas you're quite close, so it's quite nice. So yeah, thank you for watching. Obviously I hope you obviously good luck in your results, which there will be a video here of just talking about results, which was obviously this will be published later on. So yeah, go and watch that one, because it will, you understand the grades obviously do matter, especially with engineering. With maths and science, you really do need to have those on. But English, I've got terrible English skills. Most of my people I worked in engineering had really bad written English, let's put it that way. So we don't all speak German. That's a bit bizarre. But or different language. We all speak English, but our written English, some people is quite bad. Mine is quite bad. I'll say that. So if you accept to doing the additional things, so obviously Joshua, that is part of obviously fraternity, or I can't remember his YouTube name on the other channel, but he obviously got in through just luck. Well, not luck, he managed to get in because of his determination and actually his persistency to continue in his course. And those people do very, very well. He's actually done, I think he got a merit at the end of his course. That was a public service course. But yeah, thank you for watching, and goodbye.